Следующий наш стартап, значит, кейінгі стартапымызда E-Zamin, электроник Zamin проекты va Alisher, это фаундер этого проекта. Marhamat Alisher, o'zingizni tanishtirib boshlavering.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's quite good. I'm quite glad to present this groundbreaking startup for you. My name is Alisher. As the Chotek introduced, I'm a student, a third-year student in the University of World Economy and Diplomacy. So, would you like to make the world smarter? Or would you like to help to make it smarter? Okay, let's join this sort of project with your investments, with your effort, with your help anyway. Okay, let me start this presentation. First of all, let me give a brief description. This project is about to change the structure, the value chain of this agricultural structure of the value chain. So what it does, let's see. We're going to build a platform where we have peasants and farmers, plus retailers and transportation providers, so they can make their contracts with the least effort, and then the information will be shared via consensus. This means that everyone will just give their consensus and the information will be shared so that it will be smarter. So let's go on. We have here the issues our project is expected to solve. The first one, let's see, lower motivation, the very important one, the critical one. The lower motivation to raise production levels because of lower margins, lower profit margins for peasants. Let me make a brief introduction to this industry. There is the peasants, the primary producers, and then after peasants, we have dealers, so let's say dispatchers. They get these production, these products, agricultural products from peasants, and they sell it themselves. But the prices here are so low that the peasants' margin will always fall to very low levels. So here, if the profit levels are low, there is little motivation to produce more. Okay, the second issue is a world critical one. This is food safety. Here, to tell the truth, very few people know how many days the particular product is held, as is written here. And then the next issue, the third one, also very important, low efficiency because of old-fashioned structure. This is what, as I introduced, as I told, there is dealers, so they also are involved here, but with our platform, there is no need for them. This is just a structural unemployment, which is important for development. So here, if we have this platform, this means that all the efforts, all the hours of theirs will be just, we don't need their hours. This means that they can spend their hours more efficiently. So help our country to make it more efficient with this project. So here, let me just give a little notice about our president's words, Shavkat Mirziyoyev. He also mentioned that there is a great importance. It is to make a robust value chain in agriculture products, which means to have something to give more stable prices or something else. Let me give some more information here. So how the project addresses the issues that were given and some more also. With blockchain technologies that we're going to use in our project, we're going to make smarter and enforceable contracts. This means what? Smarter contracts means easier to make and with the parties that are involved and with the information that is shared by consensus. So enforceable means if there is one click and with all these that the parties agree, we will provide enforceability. We will provide these contracts to be just, these contracts will be made and in the real world too, because we will provide it with for all these peasants and retailers, or let's say transportation providers. And transaction cost reduction for these platform, as you understand, it's very easy to make a click on the platform and do all this in your home, not going away, or not just let's say making transportation providers by going towards them. Rather than that, we have a platform. Okay, food safety awareness, because we track all the data when a particular food is produced, when it is sold to retailers, how many days it is kept with retailers. We know all these, so we are aware how safe our food is. So let's say some other issues. Stable prices, as we have one platform where we have just competitive market for both retailers and and just let's say suppliers. Okay, peasants and farmers. We have competitive markets, so the prices will be stable in all the regions. And the next issue is we said moderation. So if we have a platform, it means that we rule out all these value chain participants like dealers, as we said, or distributors. So if we rule them out, it means that it can provide higher margins for peasants. So it raises their motivation, so they can produce more and we can export more to our Central Asia partners, so let's say other countries. So, and let's say one more here, transparency will increase, so we can provide relevant information to regulators. It means that they also will support us for this project because we're helping them. So let's continue, if you don't mind. Here, market demand. According to information provided in Status, the primary base of statistics, we have 90,000 farmers and 5 million peasantry subjects in Uzbekistan. So gross value added here is 11 billion US dollars. So let's say with all our efforts, if we just can attract only 3% of these, we have a turnover of almost a billion US dollar. So that's great for the first year. So we can make more. All right, let me come to the competitors and some business model part. There is only one competitor. It is Agromart, and with all the analysis that we made in the industry, we can clearly say that they are not capable to compete with us because their IT system is very poor in strategy or their vision. And let's say the most important is vision. They don't have vision for sure because they're just making consultancy, and that's great. But in one page, they're doing some other things like very similar to ours, but still it doesn't work. Okay, let me go to the revenue structure, how we get this revenue. We get the revenue from these farmers and peasants only for 3% of their sales. It won't hurt them because, as we said, their margin will increase, and that will be great for them too. And then we also can charge transportation providers as is relevant as is possible. Let's say we have two models here also. The first model as it's similar to some taxis, like we set the prices and we get, let's say, a predetermined percentage from this price, let's say $0.1 per kilometer, or another. Or the second model is to let them set their prices themselves and charge only 1 to 3% of their revenue. So it is possible. And all we want to make is to create a mutual benefit so that our business will be sustainable. So here, a little bit to make you a vision here like this. This is peasants and farmers. There is dashboard and retailers. They can click these retailers and they can also make some ads for them. Also transportation providers. There is a contract between peasants, retailers, and then they agree themselves who will just make this, who will use transportation providers, whether that costs retailers or that incurs costs for peasants. So they all both have these. They can both click this also. So they have these menus they can do. We are now building this. We're designing this. But all right, let's continue. It will make more sense to continue now. So we have here 5 points, important, all these mutual consensus, we spoke about it, and immutability of information and finality of them. So no one can change this information. It means that all contracts will be even more enforceable and no problem is going to be just, let's say, there is no going to be a problem. And then let's see here all the necessary information about peasants products. It's also important, and we're going to ask them information, all these. And then the informations will be analyzed for food safety so that we can calculate and we can just get this data for our community also. And then the information relevant will be given to regulators so they can regulate industry even better. All right, the next one is current level of the project plus the marketing plans, very important part. The project is at its initial level. We haven't done anything, but now we are just making a concentration on the product, our website, and other things like market research and others. So here, there is one important point about marketing plans. There are organizations in each region for farmers and peasants, so they can just they have the power to make meetings with them, so that we can, that means that we can go to them and ask help so that they can help us. We can make verbal presentations for peasants to make more product awareness, let's say customer awareness, and it's important, and it costs us less to have more audience. All right, plus we are going to make some promotions on TV, social media, some banners also, and on buses. It's also important because peasants really much like going on a bus, and word of mouth. But still, the overall, our vision in this marketing plan, it is to make customers, to make it aware for others. This is to say, customers will make it will make it famous themselves. We're going to make such a strategy that will make our customers to make it just all obvious around Uzbekistan first. All right, the next one. This is the statement of profit or loss. It's all about the market research analysis. We have a deep analysis of this revenue. We all have these basic calculations about this. For the first year, it's 11 million dollars. I'm sorry. Second year, it is 15 million, and then 18 million dollars, and then the overall in 5 years it will become 25 million dollar per year. So here, direct costs, these are platform costs, okay, and direct labor wages. It includes IT specialists and cybersecurity, all these, the wages. And then gross profit, as you can see here, and then the administration personnel wages. These include finance labor, finance directors, so general directors, and some marketing directors. All these are calculated in my files. And other administration costs, this is a notional figure for, let's say, rent, $1,000 per year for an office. And then marketing personnel wages, there is marketing, I'm sorry, marketing directors are included here. They're included administrative, so there is difference. And then promotions, all our concentration here now and in the future, in the let's say in the near future, will be on promotions to make it obvious, to make it just known all around Uzbekistan, so that we can make more customers. And these customers all have the need, so we should be able to show them that we have this product, we have this service, so that they can use and make it efficient. And another expenditure, this is 10,000. It's also notional figure, just for something necessary for cash, just cash, let's say more cash just to keep for some operations. Okay. total overheads and the profit before tax, let's say 12% profit. But as I just analyzed, as I investigated, this 12% profit can be made, can be decreased to 4% for our just efforts. This is to say, as I just analyzed the tax, that's the tax codes, or let's say, okay, tax codes in Uzbekistan, uh, for platforms, for online platforms, if it makes it easy for everyone in the community, the tax rate can be decreased even to 4%. All right, so next one is how many, okay, how much money do we need for this project? This is administration expenses. Let's start. We are going to work with our team, 4 members. We're going to work ourselves on many areas, so that its administration expenses means just our wages. Because for the just for coming into the industry, it's not good to just employ marketing directors and finance directors. We can do it ourselves for the starting point, and then if it works fine, we can just employ more. Instead, our concentration, as I said, is on promotions and also IT support. This is web development and design. We have $8,000 for this and $2,000 for app, and TV promotions, $12,000. It means it's just advertisements on TV and some other things. And then social media promotions. This is $10,000 for Telegram, for Facebook, and other ones. And then verbal promotions, as I introduced, as you can remember, for retailers and for peasants. For peasants means just going to the areas, to the organizations uh, who can just make these meetings for us, and we can just present our product. And also for retailers, this means some employing some agents, and they will help us to make it just no one just among retailers. All right, so banners and bus adverts, it's also just $3,000. It will be enough for 4 months, as we calculated, for 4 months with no stop adverts. All right, overall expenditure for promotion, and then law support and other matters. It is law support means here making contracts. So lawyers will help us. For the starting point, we're not just employing lawyers, but as it works, as it runs, we will employ lawyers. But for the starting point, we can just make contracts so that they can support us with our contracts to make an enforceable contracts, and we can just upload it to our platform. And then other matters for some extra cash for just safety. And in overall funds, as you can see, $70,000. And then the last one, our team, Bukharov Timurbek, he's also our friend, Asluddin, our friend, Alshir, it's me, and then Shuhrat Fudayverde. We all studied at the University of World Economy and Diplomacy. These are our Facebook pages. As you click, you can see some posters on us for us. And then here, our email address, contact numbers. Please contact us at any time, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alisher. My question is, when do you plan to start your MVP?
Okay, so it means our project, yes?
Yes, this project.
Okay. Now the project, we are just designing now the pages. We're starting to design. It's at the very initial stage, but that depends. If we have funders, let's say 70,000 or even a little bit less, we can make it faster as we have funds. That depends on funds. As we have funds, we can employ. If we want, we can make promotions. But still, the web is being designed. As we have funds, we have just more IT specialists to employ. We can employ them and start it faster. But as our plan, with no funds, our plan is 2021. But with funds, we can start on the summer. This is to say in September.
Okay, but for doing for activate your MVP product, you can do it without funds.
I know, yes, it's possible to make it without funds, but just if we have funds, we can just implement this better like this. If we want these revenue, we need funds. If we just want to make this revenue, we need funds. But without funds, it's possible to design our page, and after designing, to make some some adverts ourselves, try to do some other things. Still, this is for bettering our project.
Okay. And what are
Is that fine?
yes, what will be your privileges? A new functionality behind your concurrents,
Oh,
AgroMart, you have told.
okay.
What will be your
Uh,
advantages?
all right. So let me see this AgroMart here. There is, as you can see, AgroMart is not just our competitor really. It is competitor like this. As you enter the AgroMart's website, you will see consultants only, just consultings for
Mhm.
farmers. And their main project is not about just a platform for these trades like trading from peasants to retailers, but it's about this. But as is having no vision, I mean that their managers have no vision. For this reason, they are just trying to make this kind of trade platforms. I mean that they are trying to attract some peasants, but there is no, let's say, they don't have infrastructure like enforceability, like smarter contracts. They don't use blockchain, but we will, of course, use blockchain to make information more reliable, and by consensus we exchange information. And plus it will be better because as we have more promotions, we can just make more audience. It's also possible.
Okay. So my
uh,
view is you have to start MVP because angels or VCs, venture capitalists, normally they are not investing on idea. They
mhm,
are investing on prototype. You have to have a prototype with some clients and some yes, with some clients. So my
mhm,
suggestion is just do a prototype, a first version of your website,
mhm,
as some few of your all project functionalities, and collect some clients and
mhm,
show how it works, uh, and then it will be more interesting. Why I'm telling you? Because the majority of startups, they have a good idea, but during when they start a little MVP, they see
mhm.
that the whole the idea they have to pivot. You know what is a pivot?
Mm, no, I'm sorry. Mhm,
So during when you will do MVP, maybe you will see that you have to a pivot. It means that maybe you will have to change business model, and it will be your conclusion, and you will change your presentation. You will change the strategy because
mhm,
during the um, construction of MVP, you will see all the little details. So
mhm,
my advice for you is please start because your idea is good idea. Is
thank
potentially
you.
investment is there is investment attraction idea, and so please start in a few months your little MVP and show us. We will organize another pitch session
Mhm,
when you will show us how you have done what we have done and how it works, and you will show your prototype.
mhm.
Okay.
All right, that's great. Thank you. And please, can we just get some consulting help from, let's say, IT Park for our
uh,
project also?
consulting, no problem. uh, uh, I know, for example, agromart team. I know them
Mm-hmm.
very well, and
Mm-hmm.
they will be also, for example, maybe not maybe but for mentorship. I'm sure he's open guy. He can
Mm-hmm.
do some mentorship for you, and for example, agromat's mentorship will be for you more effective than another because it's their profile. Uh,
All
from
right.
IT Park or another, we are also ready to give you some mentorship. There is no problem for this. We will discuss it separately. Please send me a message, and I will contact you with AgroMart and another team for your mentorship. Okay?
All right. It's great.
Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Okay. Thank you too.
Good night. Bye.